How to get your first 100 YouTube subscribers. Today, I'm gonna take you on a little journey on what I did, the very, very painful mistakes that I made so that you don't have to make those mistakes, and what I started doing differently that eventually took this channel off and had some traction. As you guys know, if you've been following me, it was only until very recent I started taking YouTube seriously. For a really long time, I made all of the mistakes that a person could make when it comes to YouTube, and that is why when you watch till the end of this video, you'll know exactly not just what to do, but also what not to do, and this will save you literally a decade of mistakes. If you take a look at the top right hand side here, you can see that I created this channel close to about 10 years ago. So let's begin with, if you are new and you're thinking of starting off a channel. Well, let's talk about the significance of 100. We all know this, right? We know that the path to anything great is understanding that it's okay to start small. And what if YouTube and building a channel with a lot of followers is really the same thing? Just recently, when I was interviewing a lot of my friends as well as marketers and people who are really crushing YouTube right now, I noticed a similar thing happening over and over and over and over again, which was this. Just recently, when I did this interview with my friend Dan Locke, he said that it took him 1 year to go from 100,000 to 1 million subscribers, but it also took him another year to take his channel from just 10,000 to 100,000. But it took him also a year to take him from 1,000 to 10,000. Now, it means that what if growth was exponential on YouTube? And that means getting your first 100, your first 1,000 subscribers is really the hardest. And you will see this happen again and again, not just in any market, but really. I'm going to show you a few different examples here and what it is that you can learn from them. I'm going to walk you through the numbers of views that you'll need in order to have 100 subscribers. But let's take a few different examples. Let's take a look at Gary Vee's initial venture of his Wine Library TV before the world knew him as Gary Vaynerchuk. And if you take a look at Wine Library TV, you'll see that he has about 1,000 videos and he has about 35,300 subscribers. Now, a lot of people might know Gary Vee for the social media guru he is today, but a lot of people don't know that what got Gary Vee to where he is today was him literally doing 1,000 videos that got him 35,000 subscribers. So what is the first lesson to be learned? It is okay to shoot videos that is not going to get the reach or the visibility that you might expect, but to use it as practice and training ground. However, that being said, today's video, I'm also going to be showing you how you can shortcut and avoid that as much as possible so that you can build your channel utilizing the right foundation. If you take a look at another example, for example, Mr. Beast, who is crushing it on YouTube, 38 million subscribers. He said the same thing. In one of the recent interviews, he said that in his first 100 YouTube videos, it didn't even get him 1,000 subs. Now today, he's one of the most watched people on YouTube. You can see like this video here from last week has got like 32 million views. However, he will tell you that his first 100 videos didn't get 1,000 subs. So what does this mean? Today, we're gonna take a look at what all these different things have in common. Same thing for me, you'll see that in my journey. Take a look at how pathetic it used to be. Just a couple of years ago, you'll see that I was getting about, now these are views by the way, okay, so before the spike, before I started doing things differently, you'll notice that just a couple of years ago, I was getting about 300 views a day. Now, I would like you to start off by writing this number, which is 1%. Whether it is a sales page, whether it's a webinar conversion, whether it is a view converting into a subscriber, 1% is a very good conservative amount to kind of forecast and predict how many views are necessary in order for you to get 100 subs. So let's begin with the end in mind. In order for you to get that initial 100 subscribers, if you wanted to get 100 subs, and if you understood this 1% conversion, that means that roughly you need video or videos that cumulatively have 10,000 views. Because if you can get a video that has approximately 10,000 views, you could get 100 subs. If you can have a video that has 100,000 views, you could get 1,000 subs, give or take. But this is a rough approximation. So if we can begin the end in mind, understanding that the first 100 subscribers, the first 1,000 subscribers is the hardest. What is some of the things that we can do? What are some of the things that I wish I knew starting out? Number one is to make your videos discoverable. Okay, now this is something I really wish somebody told me when I was starting out. Now, if you were to take a look at my really old videos in my channel, you will see that none of those videos, my first probably 300 videos, none of them were discoverable videos. I'm gonna show you my really old videos and the mistakes that I made so that you don't have to make the mistakes that I made. Just like you, I was late to the game. I know some of you watching this right now, you're saying, well, maybe you've been doing this for a while, but if I were to just scroll back, literally, like before, it's just maybe 2 years ago, all of my videos a year ago, take a look at that. They have close to no visibility, no views. Why is it that this video has like 200 views, 300 views? 178 views. It is because these videos aren't discoverable. So what does this mean? Notice that some of these videos here, it says like, why your parents lie to you. What's next when you hit a plateau? How do you feel defeated? Watch this video now. Now, you see, what I didn't know and what I was doing back then is I was taking these videos that I was posting on Facebook and I would take these same videos and I would post it on YouTube. So a 35-second video might work on Facebook, but it is horrible on YouTube. YouTube does not like short 35-second videos. But I didn't know that. So I thought this was normal. I thought perhaps my content sucked, nobody liked it. And for a really long time, I just did that. Now, what does it mean by creating videos that is discoverable? So as I am looking through all these videos, notice something. What does discoverable videos mean? It means that these videos weren't optimized for it to be discovered. So like for example, like do you know what is your why? This title is horrible for a YouTube video because that's not what people are searching for. How does a usual YouTube video get discovered? Two main ways, right? It gets discovered either because somebody's doing a search on Google, a YouTube video appears on the search engines, or number two, it appears as a recommended video on the right-hand side when somebody is watching a related video. Just these two main ways. So if you are starting out your initial channel and you're thinking about getting your first 100 subs, it is so crucial to create videos that people would search for. Now, once a while, I would have a video that might take off, like this one, how to acquire customers through paid ads. Notice what happens. Has got some search value, right? People could be like Googling or typing on YouTube, how to get more customers through paid ads. So that has a chance of being discovered because it's what people are searching for. However, people aren't searching for a keyword like money is an amplifier. It makes sense on Facebook perhaps because it's a pattern interrupt, but it makes zero sense on YouTube because it will not get discovered. This first piece here, some of you are saying, well, Peng Joon, it's not true. Because if you were to take a look at like Mr. Beast or Gary Vee or Casey Neistat, they are not creating discoverable videos. Well, that's true. It is because they have reached a level of critical mass, and when you reach that level, you can do whatever it is that you want. But if you are starting off a brand new channel, what made the huge difference for me? That started where you saw that spike in terms of visibility that got me that initial traction that's working right now is making my content discoverable. So how do you make your content discoverable? Well, a few main things. The first one is your choice of title, right? So notice the examples that I gave you earlier. My old videos, the title wasn't based upon what people are searching for. It was just a good pattern interrupt that worked on Facebook, but didn't necessarily work on YouTube. Next one is the thumbnail. You'll see that a lot of my new videos, sometimes it's got these goofy looking images, which I, cringed initially. But I realized that these thumbnails with the large text, the goal of it is to increase the click-through rate. Because when YouTube sees that you have a good click-through rate, that is when they will show your video more as a recommended video. So what does this mean? It means that when you are putting out your first 100 videos, what you want to do is to have a good custom thumbnail and not use the thumbnails that YouTube might render for you, because YouTube is gonna usually render a really horrible looking thumbnail for you where you've got your eyes like closed and you're like doing this halfway or something, and it just looks horrible as a thumbnail. So what made a huge difference is you want to have a thumbnail, because that is going to increase your click-through rate. Now, slight tip over here is that you want to try to have a thumbnail that doesn't overlap the thing that you're saying in your title. So how I normally do it is that I always think of what needs to be on the thumbnail to be the thing that's saying on the title, but maybe utilizing a different angle or a different hook. So if let's say the title is something that's keyword rich, something that's optimized. So for example, if let's say you're in beauty and you're talking about makeup and utilizing the right mascara. So let's say your video is how to use mascara the right way. 5 tips you didn't know. And then the thumbnail could be like the picture of the eyelid with the lashes with a circle around it that says, don't make these mistakes. So now it's like saying the same thing without repeating what's said on title so that you don't waste prime real estate. You also want to be thinking about thumbnails as like, how do you utilize this thumbnail here to stand out from the competition, right? Because again, how does a video get discovered? Also, how do you make it discoverable? By making sure that it is optimized by having the keywords in place. You gotta understand that Facebook is trying to learn and get data on what your channel's about. So what you want to do to optimize it initially is to constantly hammer in the keywords over and over again, maybe utilizing different angles. So this keywords needs to be in your title, in your description, in your tags, all of that. And when you initially do this, understand that it's okay, nobody's watching it, but it takes time. The reason why this number 1 is so powerful and we're spending a little bit more time on this is because think of it as you're building a piece of property. A piece of property that you could collect rent forever. But if you've never done videos before, guess what's gonna happen? Chances are it's probably gonna be bad. Chances are it's gonna suck. Chances are you don't know what to say, you might need to have a script, you need to have your, I don't know, some post-it notes around. You might go like, and it'll look really choppy, and that's okay. Part of the process and the journey is really discovering your voice, your messaging, knowing what to say, and your first 10, 50, 100 videos is going bad. So just think of it as training ground to get good. So doubling down on it being discoverable. If number 1 is so crucial in order to get your first 10,000 views, so what else can we do? So one of the things that we can do is to latch on to things that is already popular, that people are talking about. There's the right way to do it and there's the wrong way to do it. Here's my take. There are a lot of channels out there that purely utilize this by talking down on others. So they will create videos like celebrity name scam, marketer's name scam, author name scam, and their entire channel is just bashing other people by riding on their popularity. And that to me is the douchey way of doing things, which I will never recommend. However, what I would recommend is to talk about things, what's happening in the world, reviewing something. It could be a gadget, and think about what people are searching for. So this could be a specific trend. So for example, if let's say I'm in fitness, this could be I tried utilizing the keto diet for 30 days, in bracket, does it work? This could be based on a celebrity or person or thought leader or marketer or author. Okay, and this is what I'm talking about. So there's a lot of people out there who build their channel just riding on this. There's the right way to do it and there's the wrong way to do it. In order to build significance, there's always two ways to do it, right? If you want to build like the highest building, I think Tony Robbins talks about this. If you want to build the highest building in the city, there's two ways of doing it. Number one is by tearing down all of the other buildings around you so that you're only building left, or by actually building the highest building in the city. So my goal here to show you how to build that initial traction is to build this base so that eventually you can shoot whatever videos you want to shoot. Like so for me, like I understand that this concept here is so important, and that's why you'll notice that in my channel, I'm shooting a lot of discoverable videos to get people who don't know who I am and what it is that I do to watch my videos for the first time so that they can eventually subscribe. Which, by the way, if you're new to this channel, make sure that if you like this video, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button for future videos just like this one. But that's what I'm constantly doing, right? I am constantly creating videos that is discoverable. And that is why things like a video that did pretty well was like how to get verified on Instagram. I know that that is a discoverable video. It's a video that people are searching for on the search engines. And because of that, because it's ranked on the first page, that's when they could enter my world. And that is what brings us to number three. Number three, you know, I don't want to sound cliche, but number three is really just consistency. Far too many people never reach 1,000 subs, 10,000 subs, or master anything in life really because they just gave up too early. And if you were to take a look at any skill set that you might have mastered in life, just think about that for a second. A skill set that you could be pretty good at. Ask yourself this: the skill set that you might be good at today, or something that you have results today, was it because you were obsessed over it for a weekend? Or was it something that you just was consistent throughout? So whether it's fitness, whether it's money, whether it's marketing, whether it's Facebook ads, whatever it might be for you. If you're good at a specific skill set right now, or you have a specific result that you're proud of, was it because you did something and you obsessed over it over a really short time? Or was it because you were consistent over a really long time? And what if YouTube was the same thing? Look, I was late to the YouTube game. I focused on all these other platforms, specifically Facebook ads, sales process, and YouTube was like really low in the priority list. And so for me, you'll see that I only started becoming really consistent on YouTube probably about a year ago. But I understand that to reach a level that I want to reach, it's about being consistent. So what if building your first 100 subscribers, your first 1,000 subscribers is really the same thing? It is just about understanding that when you start putting your videos out there, it is going to be horrible, it is going to suck, you're going to look awkward, you're going to stammer, and that's okay. Because that entire first 10 videos, 100 videos is for you to develop this skill set so that you reach a point where you're going to suck so little that you're going to realize that you got pretty good at it. That is how you get to your first 100 subscribers. That's pretty much what I did together with many of these different people that's crushing on YouTube today. I hope that this video has given you value as well as motivation to start your channel, and know that it is a journey. If you like this video, let me know in the comments below what your biggest takeaway is. As always, we are doing a giveaway, $100 to the best comment or the first comment or to a random comment. So let me know what your biggest takeaway is. If there's a specific topic that you'd like me to talk about, let me know in the comments as well. And as always, I hope you do something that actually matters today. Start taking action, and I will see you in the next video.